Hey, welcome to another Ramble Radio.
But
Yeah.
also video.
Nombre! Look at that. Also video for the
Also
387th
video.
time. 387th time.
What do we do for 400?
I don't know. The 400.
What do we do for 400?
I mean, it's going to be.
Do we do with our
massive.
tops off? Tops
We
off,
have
bottoms
to.
off?
Top
What do we
it
do?
off. That's what comedy is. I think
Shirts off.
that's it now. It's all you need. I think. Well, we should have alt-right Cody back by then. I mean, the invite's
been
out
busy.
right now. If I told you what he said, why he might not be able to make it today, okay. Do you want to put on your? How about this? Do you want to get your magnifying glass and see if you can decipher what he really means?
Okay, let's see if we can decode.
Do you want to read between the lines here?
Let's read between the lines.
Fair to read between the lines of alt-right Cody? Is that fair to him?
But maybe that's how he writes stuff. He's a very coded person. He keeps stuff very close to the vest.
So I was like, hey, we're going to be taping around X amount of time today. And he goes, oh, shit. He said it's Wembanyama's debut against Joel Embiid, his first time playing him. So I'm going to be with some friends probably at like a sports bar watching the Spurs game. What did he really mean? What do you think? What do you think he really? Because if you're a big sports fan and a big San Antonio sports fan like Cody is, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, on the surface, you totally buy it.
On the surface, you want to see
buy it.
The future of the NBA period, not just the future center for the Spurs, but maybe the future of the NBA period. You want to see them go up against one of the top 3 existing centers in the game.
Sure.
And so
on the surface, completely.
On the surface, I'm like, oh, but then
you read in, dig in a little bit,
dig in a little more, and I don't know. I'm wondering if because
well, let's read it again. Let's see. Let's try to pick it apart. What's it?
Okay, are you ready?
What does it say again?
Okay, here it comes. I'm just gonna quote alt-right Cody. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
We're gonna see. And again, it's okay. Here it is. So I said most likely because it'll depend on how the Spurs game is looking. Wemby's first game against Embiid.
Okay.
On the surface.
Now is Wemby? Is that a DJT and Embiid is a Nikki Haley?
Oh my God! There it is.
The New Hampshire primary.
Could he be? Is this maybe he's trying to tell DJT, look, it's Nancy Pelosi is who you meant. Remember that. You meant Nancy. I know she's not running against you.
There.
I know she's not running. But you meant Nancy Pelosi, I think is what you were trying to Nikki Haley. Nikki, it was just the confidence. He said her name like 17 times. He was so confident. Nikki Haley. You expect, if you say someone's name 45 times with that much confidence, you expect some form of truth bomb to follow.
Right. But
and instead
he's a syphilis-ridden, brain-ridden con man.
Yes.
Who speaks with high levels of confidence. That's the whole reason you call someone a con man.
Oh, but he's just like us.
So whatever he says, no matter how wrong or stupid it is, he says it with such confidence, morons just say yes.
Nikki Haley.
And then they go, oh, well, you know what he meant. I'm like, no.
Oh, come on. He's just like us. Well, and that's why I'm not voting for you either. To be president. A shocker. Yeah, I don't think a president should be just like us. I don't think a president should. The only music they listen to should be whatever CDs are on sale at the Cracker Barrel when you check out. Call me crazy, but if your idea of supermarket sweep is how much shit you can get at the Cracker Barrel gift shop, I don't want you running the country either. It's just like Oh, you ready for this? Are you sitting down, Eddie? You look like you're sitting down.
I am seated.
Well, you do know that the Seattle Seahawks did not make the playoffs this year.
No, we know.
And they're the only head coach who ever made them anything close to really relevant.
Yeah,
is now
Peter
gone.
Carroll. Yes.
Is now gone.
Yes.
And I don't – this is bad and good, okay?
Okay.
So you're sitting down?
I'm seated.
If things could get any worse, Seahawks fan, 1987, has been dethroned. We have a new. We have someone else on top. This is Brock 626, the best around. 5 stars, reap the whirlwind, finish the game is what they said. The best around, reap the whirlwind, finish the game. There it is. There it is. So there's and now
poor Brian Hill.
That's the only thing. The only thing I'm a little upset about.
What a season of change for that guy.
I know. I know. And then to lose I mean, you would think I'm happy for Brock 626, but you would think like. Maybe Brock 626 knew the circumstances. They might have waited a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or maybe he saw his moment, a moment of weakness.
Right. He saw Seahawks fan just reeling, and went in for the kill.
Went in for the kill, man. Dog eat dog, man. Dog eat dog world out there.
Now, can I...
What?
Okay, can I just start by saying I'm in no means defending Dak Prescott? Can I start with that? Can that be understood?
Okay. I want to see where you're going with this. I want to see where you're going with it first.
Defending Dak Prescott, but holy shit, the amount of people looking at Josh Allen and going, "Oh, come on, he's just like that." It's like there's a whole lot of Josh Allen apologists out there today, and I mean. Someone said that this is like John Elway, when he went to those 2 Super Bowls in the 80s or whatever. And John Elway took absolute garbage to those Super Bowls.
Yeah, those Broncos teams probably weren't playoff teams.
What would John Elway have sacrificed to have Diggs to throw to? To have Stephon, are you out of your fucking mind? Stop it. Ugh. Boy, the people just jump it. They Josh Allen lobs the "I fucked up" grenade, and they just jump on it for him. It is amazing.
Well,
it's amazing. The guy. Okay, look. I'm sorry, but Danny White's Danny White. Yes, Danny White lost to the best in Montana, but he still fucking lost. And you ain't putting him in any fucking shrine,
right?
So
but I mean, if you're going to hold up, if you're just taking a snapshot of this year's playoffs and you're going to hold up Josh Allen's playoff performance to Dak Prescott's playoff
so much better. I'm just saying.
Much better.
But these people going like, "Oh, let me just here. No, Josh, let me take all these bullets for you. Get the fuck out of here." He can't beat Mahomes. Something has to be said about this. He can't beat Mahomes. I believe he's never won a game in the playoffs against Mahomes or Burrow.
No, him and Mahomes in the regular season are very neck and neck almost.
Yes.
But in the playoffs, Mahomes owns them.
So I ain't saying Josh Allen can't do it. I'm just saying, can we all admit he looked horrible on that last drive, especially
when in crunch time when it mattered, he didn't pull it out.
He looked like shit. And that's it. And that doesn't mean he can't ever win one.
No.
I'm just saying
he might.
We got a lot of. There was a guy on one of the shows saying he's better than Mahomes. Enough.
He's not. He's not better than Mahomes. Mahomes. I mean, you can say what you want this year with Mahomes being sort of up and down, and inconsistent, but when it matters, he's there. He doesn't fuck up when it matters.
And you want to talk about somebody who could use Stephon Diggs right now? It's Patrick Mahomes. That guy would be more than happy to add Stephon Diggs to that team. So anyway,
and on the flip side, one team that could love to have Mahomes right now? The 49ers. Because Brock 49ers. Purdy ain't it.
If the 49ers had Mahomes, they go undefeated the entire year. No question.
Brock Purdy
right?
is their
Am I right?
heel.
No question.
I don't. Who beats?
No one. No one even. I don't even think Baltimore comes close. Let alone beating the shit out of them like Baltimore did.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a close game. If the Niners had Patrick Mahomes, they would be breaking every single. Boston fans would be so mad right now.
Yeah.
Like Boston fans would be coming up with excuses as to why Brady was better when he went undefeated.
If the Niners get past the Lions, I don't think they have a chance against the Ravens.
I don't think so. Or the Chiefs if it happens to be Kansas City.
Or the Chiefs.
Just
I don't see anybody beating the Ravens, but I don't
see anyone beating the Ravens. Lamar.
Honestly, I think of all three teams. I mean, if out of the NFC, the Lions have a better shot of beating the Ravens than the Niners. I think
you're right. I think you're right
because of Purdy.
But the problem, man, if Lamar keeps going like this, ain't no stopping the Ravens. If Lamar keeps playing like this, it's over. But anyway, thank you to Brock 60. We have to get down to Brock. We have to get down to brass tacks here.
Oh yeah, let's tack those brass tacks. Let's do that.
First of all, this is Texas Rangers.
Sure. The big T or Trump.
It should be Tubi. It should be Tubi. We should be on Tubi. The Ramble should be on Tubi. But anyway.
Or Truth Social. It could be on Truth Social.
Truth Social. Tucker Carlson has a show on Twitter, but X put us on Truth. How does anyone listen? That's all I hear when he talks. But that's not even the point. Eddie, you see this thing?
I see it. That's a beauty.
Ain't it?
It's a beauty.
40th anniversary on there under the bill. Okay, you ready for this shit?
40th? Was it 40 years?
This is from like this is like some 2012 shit.
Oh shit! I thought the Rangers been around longer than that.
Right, I think 1960,
something like that. Something like that.
So, I get this.
Yeah.
At Lids here
Woo.
in I walk in, Eddie.
Yeah.
The lady friend, the gal.
Oh yeah.
The slit. She was shopping for something.
Is that what you're going to get engraved on the wedding band?
The slit. The slit. And I go. Keep it classy. The slit. Hey, that's a classy lady there, my slit.
That slit there is a classy broad.
That's a good broad, that slit. Okay, there it is. Okay. Can we say slit? Right.
I don't know. Well, why not?
That slit there is a good broad is the title of the That slit there is a good broad.
That slit there, that's a good broad.
That's your slit. Quality broad right there.
That's quality. Quality.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, so I walk in, and I just see this. I'm like, that's the Rangers 40th hat. I was like, man, I'd never been able to get my hands on one. And I'm like, I wonder. I look up the hat. It's my size.
Wow.
The only one they had. You ready for this, too? You ready for this?
Lay it on me.
I look underneath the bill, and it says $30. And I'm like, it's on sale, but that's kind of 30.
It's a little.
It's a little like, oh. And then I just happened to glance up. $10. Everything on that rack. You fucking kidding? Come on.
Fucking men.
Right there.
That's how men do it.
That's how
men go into lids and do that.
Go into lids. Or is that the title? That's how men go into lids. That's it. That's the title. Ramble Radio 387. That's how men walk into a lids.
Fucking men.
So, speaking of Tubi.
Yeah.
I'm spring. Just so you're not sprung, so
Okay.
I don't spring a fast on you. Tomorrow's
Okay.
Ramble, we're adding a new segment.
Okay.
Well, it's not a new segment. We're
Okay.
adding an additional segment that is kind of newer. Okay. So we did Done Dirty or The Right Move.
Sure.
For Henry V turning on Falstaff in Shakespeare.
Right.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Done Dirty or The Right Move? Vince McMahon to Bret Hart, Montreal.
Okay.
Done Dirty or The Right Move? Vince McMahon to Bret Hart.
All right.
The Montreal Screwjob. Done Dirty or The Right Move? There we go. So there's that to ponder upon. But so on Tubi, I was out of town just like you were.
Sure.
And finally getting back into the swing of things, and I started watching more Transformers.
Okay.
And oh my God, season 3. I've looked at some best of lists on the Transformers. I don't know how this wasn't up there. It was. And I remembered explaining when I showed my little cousins the '86 movie, right, when they were younger.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what happened? Was Optimus Prime?" They're like, "Did he stay dead?" I'm like, "Well, no, they actually brought him back in the cartoons." But I was like, something was nagging because I remembered that I was wrong on something. Like I missed something. And I'm like, they brought him back, but I was like, but there was, and sure enough, it was this episode. I think it was called Dark Awakening, where the Autobots are being chased by the Decepticons. They pull that move where they make the shuttle look like it's exploded, but just the cockpit part escapes, like they did in the movie.
The old Vince McMahon limousine.
The Vince McMahon.
The old Vince McMahon limousine trick. Yeah.
And then,
sure.
Or what happened to the Silver Spoons cast? Or I think was that I forgot. Was it?
I don't think we've gotten to that yet.
We haven't gotten to that yet. Another reason to tune in. So they land on a floating mausoleum where like all these Autobots are buried.
Okay.
And Daniel starts walking around, and he goes to Prime's tomb, and he looks, and you just see Optimus standing there. And then Daniel looks again, and he's gone. It was fucking great. And I'm like, what the fuck is... And I started remembering this episode. I'm like, that's right! And then the Decepticons show up. They find the place, and then Rodimus is like, what do you mean you saw Optimus? Let's go look. And they lift open his tomb, and it's empty. And then the Decepticons start attacking, and they're like, oh, God, we're outnumbered. And then Optimus shows up and just starts mopping the floor with Galvatron, all of them. And they're like, shit. Galvatron's like, Prime! And they just run for their lives. And Prime is alive and back, but he's still all fucked up and shit. And he's telling the Autobots, I need to lead us to this area. And fucking Rodimus gives him back the Matrix and becomes Hot Rod. I'm like remembering this episode. I was like, I remember being so freaked out by this as a kid, but loving it. Like I thought it was even darker than the movie, because like it was just like, and then because Optimus like he keeps like, no, and he's like, oh, we must fly to the, and then he keeps like, and then you find out the Quintessons revived him to trick all the Autobots into following him onto a fucking suicide mission.
To get rid of all the Autobots,
He was just going to lead them all to certain death. But Prime himself fights it off.
Because he's Optimus Prime.
And as the episode goes on, he's just looking more and more like a zombie. It was so fucking crazy. It was so fucking crazy. And then he gives the Matrix back at the end. Rodimus is Rodimus, and that should have been it. That should have been it. Let me just say it. That should have been it. They should have fucking stopped.
That should have been the last we saw of Prime.
That should have been the last we saw of Optimus Prime. It was a perfect... Dude, this guy goes out like a fucking hero twice.
Yeah.
You get him going out like a hero, and then now like this.
He's a hero in life, and he's a hero in death. Yeah.
He reclaims his humanity, or whatever his soul, in these moments to fight off being turned into a fucking zombie by the Quintessons. It was fucking incredible. And that should have been it. That should have been it. There it is.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't.
It wasn't it. That wasn't enough to fucking placate these fucking future MAGA crybabies. That's who demanded he come back.
I like the way things used to be all the time. Keep them the same.
Who couldn't accept Prime dying, so they pulled a January 6 on Hasbro.
No, they went and took a tour of Hasbro. They took a tour.
Yes, that's right. They
took a tour of Hasbro.
They took a peaceful tour. It was nothing went wrong. It was perfect. Perfect
tour. Perfect hostages and perfect tour.
Wonderful, great people. So there we go. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think it's called Dark Awakening. I know there's a Rambler who knows everything I'm talking about and who's screaming at their podcast listening device, maybe the actual title of the episode.
Sure.
But, Eddie, the point of this is not the actual title of the episode. The point of this is you got to start watching season 3.
I want to start from 1. What I want to do with Colton, I want to start from 1,
then the
first 2 seasons, watch the movie, and then go into season 3. Because that'd
right.
be a good refresher for me, because I haven't watched these things since I was a kid.
Fuck yeah, it'd be incredible. But that episode, I thought it was darker than the movie. Prime being a fucking zombie. It was fucking, oh, man. Great shit. Great shit. But I got some bad news.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's see. Skeletor. We're barreling towards February here down on Earth.
Yeah.
Locked in the middle of winter. There's a big snowstorm covering most of the country. A lot of
Please
bad
be
weather
safe
right
out
now.
there if you're being affected by it. Yeah.
And we're getting some rain here in LA, which is
very
weather here.
uncharacteristic.
On Eternia, do you guys ever have any sort of winter weather advisories you need to pay attention to?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me. Normally, the weather is pretty consistent here on Eternia. There's only one real time when if we well, okay, let me just be honest. I say consistent because we have always 6 more weeks of winter. I know with you all, there has to be a certain groundhog seeing a shadow, correct? And that determines?
Yes.
Okay, well, for us, it's a constant 6 weeks of winter because the groundhog, we do have groundhogs here at Eternia. They're all dick. It's the only difference. The groundhogs here are just all cock.
Sure.
But still a groundhog, but they're, again, all cock. And when the groundhog comes up from the ground, it doesn't have to see its shadow. It has to see the largest thing in Eternia, and he always sees it, and that's He-Man's mother's pussy! You get it? And then we get 6 more weeks, all the time, because there's no hiding. Doesn't matter what direction that fucking thing looks. It's going to see He-Man's mother's pussy, because it's so big, because she's a fucking whore. Who, says, oh, you're the first one to ever finger bang me, then you find out that's not even close to the fucking case, you fucking harlot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Cinesnob Cody.
Let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes.
We get Rotten Tomatoes, please. That would be very helpful.
And me, 5 days a week, patreon.com, The Ralph Report.
Yep.
Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. Yeah.
Right, there it is. You can also find me.
And it's just, the poor ground, they have no chance. Do you understand? Even if, it's just so big, her pussy. Her pussy is just so fucking big. Because is it as big as her lies? No, those are the only thing bigger than her pussy. Is her lies? You're the biggest one I've ever had, Skeletor. Yeah, then this fucking Randor's going fucking eating her pussy, and a fucking.
You can catch me in the same.
It's supposed to be a band leader. That segment was supposed to be dedicated to a band leader who was supposed to do musical interludes, little witty banter back and forth.
Little
Doc Severinsen. It was supposed to be a Doc Severinsen.
Little rapport.
Or
that was
Paul
it.
Schaefer.
The Questlove. It was just that.
It's just devolved into whatever.
Max Weinberg, and then now it's.
Well, I did have a band. They were all, but I can't find them because the last gig we did was at He-Man's mother's pussy. That's 2 for 2, motherfucker.
All right. You can find me in the same Ramble places. You can find Eddie and Cody. I'm also streaming old games, twitch.tv at Retro Rocha, Kick at Retro Rocha, and just YouTube at my name. So find us, love us, all those great things. Be safe. We will be back tomorrow for a regular Ramble. Eddie, 5-star ratings, positive text review, subscribe, do all those things. And, man, done dirty or the right move? Vince McMahon to Bret the Hitman Hart.
Ooh, think about it.
Montreal.
Think about it.
I don't think it's easy.
On the surface, it seems easy to me as a business decision.
Like, oh,
but yeah,
God, it's easy. But man, whew. All right. Until then, we will see you. Be safe, everybody. Take care. Bye.